Well, the first thing you gotta realize, brother, is this right here is the future of wrestling. You can call this the new world order of wrestling, brother.
What's good, brother? Hollywood's famous groupie said my party is amazing. So drunk, pissing in the face basin. Every bitch in the party's not basic. NWO, on those hoes. They want a good time or something in they nose. These foes we chose catching elbows. The wolf packs stay connected like Velcro. Strikes and blows, got your blood exposed. Take a shot of propane, turn beast mode. Weapons in the cabinet, stay immaculate. Bulldoze challenges, cause I'm not having it. Brother, put the obstacle, pop you an arsenal. Turn you to particles, rated in the article. Rockstar lit, poor licks on tits. Equipped with hits, leg drop this bitch. Brother, silverback a rap or call me Hollywood. Throwing up the wolf pack for Hollywood. Fucking Indian bitches from Bollywood. International, but I'm Hollywood. Silverback of rap or Hollywood. Brother, throwing up the wolf pack for Hollywood. Fucking Indian bitches from Bollywood. International, but I'm Hollywood. Army strikes with gorillas that snipe. Catch you in the windpipe with a spike lead pipe. Big boot hit tooth, here comes the finish. Win then celebrate with your bitches. They love that I'm manly. Melt those panties and these pansies. Ripped and stampedes. Caught in the tug of war with the god of war. Crack both kneecaps with the figure four. Then we'll jump you. What you're gonna do? Body slam giants, cause I'm immortal. $1 million parties, cause I'll fall to. Private jets, because I love the best. Slaughter the sergeant with no sweat. Got a match coming up, place your best. Global grind, I take no rest. I'ma be Hollywood till my death, brother. Silverback a rap or call me Hollywood. Throwing up the wolf pack for Hollywood. Fucking Indian bitches from Bollywood. International, but I'm Hollywood. Silverback of rap or Hollywood. Throwing up the wolf pack for Hollywood. Fucking Indian bitches from Bollywood. International, but I'm Hollywood. Let me go. I pulled up with the hand cannon like Samus. Eat the track up, it's a blitz, I'm famished. Mount home and missile, make up on my cloud vanish. Icon in the silverback did damage. Put dudes slipping, they sleep on a hammock. That's how I rock, don't take it for granted. My Uber drop, put your body through the canvas. Gotta stay trained like New York Transit. Trampling dudes, handling weapons, no panicking. Long ass laser that link like a javelin. Hit you with the van, your clan be vanishing. Ink from my pen will leave trails of pathogen. It's no error, my error bring terror. Shield concealed in the polo sweater. Since the animal cub, I had alien blood. I think of love when I met droids, got a buzz.
Yeah, it's time to shake up the cosmos with shenanigans. Revenge is sweetest, so taste the heat and we back again. The space pirates team with Samus Aran. We loot and plunder every border from the Bronx to Japan. Ruck rules, there's fuck rules in the mirrorverse. The Federation's corrupted, parasitic curse. We blasting haters like it's Metroidvania. And spin them around psychotically like we in Tasmania.
That's the motherfucking menace. Icon. Yeah.
We 5 deep in the monster. Pull up on you, spin a block. This guy's needed a doctor. Should've went to church, took blind heed in the Proverbs. Thought they built tough, but they tried meeting a monster. If you a pussy, then I'm freaking it proper. Pussy buffet, I'm eating your roster. Fuck around, I'm Arnold. I get to the chopper. You a teddy bear. This guy's sleeping with toddlers. We ain't friends, we mere acquaintances. I heard him spitting bars, and little bro, I couldn't hang with it. Fan the fires and see how big the flames can get extinguished. Shit, we like the fire, burn the cane with it. Tried to go big, but I guess I'm fucking 86th. Y'all rap, but motherfucker, I was made for this. Got the plasma beam and I be aiming it for the brainless bitch. Blow the world up if I don't make it famous, kid.
Yeah, it's It's time to shake up the cosmos with shenanigans. Revenge is sweetest, so taste the heat and we back again. The space pirates team with Samus Aran. We loot and plunder every border from the Bronx to Japan. Ruck rules as fuck rules in the mirrorverse. The Federation's corrupted, parasitic curse. We blasting haters like it's Metroidvania and spin around psychotically like we in Tasmania. Yeah, straight from the gates of the planet Seabees, I come to free thee, intimidating the competition with heebie-jeebies. These motherfuckers been shitting on me like I don't matter. It's time to take on the haters, heads on a fucking platter. People acknowledge your tribal chief, the table set. My verbiage tinkles a little bit, making panties wet. I'm Dark Samus, no more heroics, I'm out for business. My prime objective is bound and hunting the ones who fear this. I don't get into the rap beef just because it's trendy, but if I did, I'd be popping the BBLs or Drizzy. Get it? BBL Drizzy. Yeah, I did this remix for fun, just to be damn my meta. Those fuckers won't on my tracks, so I can suck my plasma beam. I'm gotten so mean, I'm hardened by the orbit. My shit's so laser precision, and y'all don't even know it. I'm super smashing these brothers that eat the conflict really, and leave you butthurt like after parties with Mickey Diddy. I'm leaving all of you bozo chozos in fucking ruins. Dreading my time with the mic, the state of shock that you in. I'm super fusion with fuckery, ran amok with heat. I will defeat my enemies, Icon Illa, and pass his beasts. Yeah, it's time to shake up the cosmos with shenanigans. Revenge is sweetest, so taste the heat and we back again. The space pirates team with Samus Aran. We loot and plunder every border from the Bronx to Japan. Ruck rules as fuck rules in the mirrorverse. The Federation's corrupted, parasitic curse. We blasting haters like it's Metroidvania and spin around psychotically like we in Tasmania. It's time to shake up the cosmos with shenanigans. Revenge is sweetest, so taste the heat and we back again. The space pirates team with Samus Aran. We loot and plunder every border from the Bronx to Japan. Ruck rules as fuck rules in the mirrorverse. The Federation's corrupted, parasitic curse. We blasting haters like it's Metroidvania and spin around psychotically like we in Tasmania. Yeah, y'all wasn't expecting a remix, huh? I got the space pirates taking over for the summer of 24. Let's go. Yeah, yo. Pass the menace, Illa the Sandman, Icon. Let's get it. Yeah.
ALB 1 2 1 2. Pull up, pull up, pull up. I miss you bums. What did it do though? Episode 280 of the Council Roundtable, when we spit that old fashioned rash to let y'all know what's happening. I'm gonna get straight to it. Talk some AEW while watching SmackDown. There's other AEW fans or diehard WWE fans that can't grasp that concept. There's motherfuckers out there that feel like, oh, if you watch one company, you can't watch the other. Or if you watch one company, you should bash the other unnecessarily. Those motherfuckers are out there. Got my dude Black Star backstage. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna say what I got to say real quick about the whole mock spot. You already know. Hit that thumbs up, babe. Hacksaw Jim Duggan style. You know, I don't open no floodgates until we hit that quota. Until we hit that 10 thumbs, the floodgates stay shut. Holla at your boy. Okay, right? For you punk ass motherfuckers complaining about the mock spot, stop begging to have the Attitude Era back. Granted, that spot was gruesome. It was. But did y'all forget what was going on, not only in the Attitude Era, but when it came to like ECW and stuff like that? Remember that match, that ECW match between who? I think it was Terry Funk, Sabu, and I think Sandman also, no relation. And this dude Sabu was tangled in that barbed wire, or was it Terry Funk tangled in the barbed wire? These dudes literally had to stop the match, get the barbed wire cutters, and clip them up out of there. Do you remember? At the time, he was ignorant, of course. When when this dude, who was it? Droz, I think it was Droz, push Hawk. Remember when Droz pushed Hawk off the top of the Titantron? Remember this dude Hawk was at the top of the Titantron when Droz was with the Legion of Doom and he pushed him off that shit. Let me think of some other situations. What's good, Ballet? Spike is the GOAT. Spike should be the first inductee in the AEW Hall of Fame. Look at all the people that brung weapons in wrestling. And they, well, I would say sharp weapons. They never been used like, I can't say they haven't been used on TV because you have some instances where you will see the aftermath of the assault. But when it came to Spike, you're gonna see this shit. And yeah, I get it. Oh, but look, these motherfuckers is on that type of time from before. Wrestling always been crazy. Right, Ballet. AEW used the better nails from before.
Yo, what's up?
What's good?
What's up, Sam?
What's going on? How you feeling? Let's
I'm
hope you're
feeling
not
good.
messing up.
Can you hear me good?
You sound clear as hell. Clear as a whistle.
All right, cool. To
You
me,
got
it
that-
wasn't.
You got
To
that
me-
new mic. Sound like you got a new mic or some shit like that. Let me find out. Like this dude sound. You hear this dude Ballet? This dude sound like he got a mic straight from the studio or something.
Like, to me, it was a bit too much. Let me tell you why it was a bit too much.
Talk your shit.
Well, like, I understand people bringing up ECW, bringing up the Sabu spot. Like, they when Sabu tore his bicep,
Mm-hmm.
like on the barbed wire. I understand that spot. That spot was by mistake, though. It wasn't used in an intentional way to bring up attention.
Wait,
Now-
hold on real quick, Black Star.
Okay.
What's good, Chef Rex? Who sounded crispy? What's going on? Like, is the audio good?
I think it's me.
Now you sound clear as hell.
No. He's talking about me, I think.
You sure? Like, because I don't know what he mean by like the term crispy. The word crispy. What? In a good way. Okay, cool. Proceed, man. Go ahead.
Okay. And like those were by mistake, or those were that was a mistake. Like they didn't mean to do it.
Right. So
And-
basically, when it comes to the Mox spot, the Spike spot, it was planned. So they should
Yeah.
know. They should know better, I guess.
And like when you do a spot like that, where do you go from there? There's no place really to go. Unless you want to kill a motherfucker. That's the only possible place you can go.
Yeah. In that instance, yeah, I do get it because they're gonna keep trying to up each other and try to do the most craziest shit here and there. I definitely get it. But how can I tackle this, right?
Okay.
One thing, the spot didn't bother me too much. I guess I'm sadistic. You know, I don't know. I do have humanity in my heart. I do care about humans. I just didn't mind that spot too much. I'm not gonna lie. And it gave validity to Spike.
No,
Because
understandable.
because
Like, I
look at
understand.
yeah. And like, all right, for instance, when this dude Drew McIntyre, when he used to come through with that stupid ass fucking sword, and it's like, what's the point of you bringing the sword out? Pause. If you don't barely use it,
Because
there's no
motherfuckers don't
point
need
to
to
it.
die.
So
That's why.
don't roll up with a sword. It looks goofy as hell. And I'm glad that shit happened because when I was mentioning that shit from before, as soon as he stopped bringing his sword out, he turned into Drew McIntyre. He turned into a killer.
Like, there
What's good,
is.
TKO?
Yo, what's happening?
Yeah, to me.
Yeah, I mean,
Yarami, what's happening?
We're talking about the mock spot or the spike spot.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't think that Spike getting stuck in Mox's back was the plan, but overall, it's not the first time the craziest shit happened.
no, but like to me, it's where do you go? Where do you go from that spot? There's only
You
one
move,
possible place that you can go, and indie wrestlers are morons. 95% of them are fucking idiots. They're gonna try that spot.
Well, shit, they've been working on spots worse than that from before. You remember when this dude Joey Janela, didn't he put his leg on fire and try to kiss somebody with chin music while his leg is on fire?
yeah.
Yeah, and there's a reason why he's fired. That's the reason.
Oh god.
And it brings up to this point. Remember when Moxley was discussing spots with Brock Lesnar before their Mania match?
Yeah.
And Brock kept on saying no. We just
Yeah,
found out the
because-
reason why he said no.
Remember, this dude Mox wanted to bring a chainsaw in the ring. Like, my man, are you a chainsaw? Now I heard that
Like,
was
there's a-
part of his what he wanted to do at that WrestleMania. He wanted to bring because remember it was a hardcore match.
Yeah.
So
Like,
that's what I heard. He wanted to have a chainsaw involved in the match. Like, my dude, we're not doing that. Come on, chainsaw.
Like, there's a reason why WWE stuck to his growth is because he is one fry short of a full or no.
We know what you mean.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
TKO was
One
good.
point.
What's happening though, man?
Talk to him.
Like I said, man, that Spike spot, the Spike thing getting stuck in Mox's back, I don't think that was the plan at all. I don't think he meant to. I don't think he meant to do that because that's crazy.
Okay.
That's just my opinion, but it
Is
looked like
he
it
all
was.
right though? Is Mox all right?
Mox is fucking psychotic. He's probably laughing at that shit right now.
Yeah, like
He-
legitimately, because he could have got paralyzed off some shit like that.
yeah,
You fucking with your spine. You putting rusty nails in your spine.
And especially if that spot gets infected.
Yeah. That shit was literally dangling. He was walking around with that shit. That's what made it worse. Now that part, yeah, that's crazy because if the spot was planned, You could have been like, yo, you know what? You're not gonna move around. I'm gonna stay laid on my stomach or something like that. Stay laid on my stomach and have Willie Yuta come out and just try to pull out the this dude Spike pause.
It's a pause.
Yeah, because that did sound crazy. But
Even still,
you know what I mean
even,
though. But him walking
Yeah.
around with that shit and
yeah,
Spike is dangling and that shit sound wild. But you know what I mean? Like him walking around with the fucking 2x4 spiked in his back.
yeah, yeah, that
That
shit
shit
was
could have
wild.
caused more damage.
Yeah, that shit was wild though.
Like he was a couple of inches away from being paralyzed.
Y'all know what I mean, ballet and chef Rex. Y'all know what I mean.
Well, Mox is definitely not gonna wrestle. If I'm Mox, I'm definitely not wrestling till Dynasty.
Right.
After that match, I'm taking some days off till Dynasty, and that's
Like
like
I
what, two
wouldn't
weeks away.
like if I'm Tony Khan, I would tell them specifically, don't ever do that shit again. Like we got our
I'm
viral
thinking,
moment.
But
Stop
let's
that
really
shit.
be
yeah,
real. Like, you know, that's been AEW's identity though. You already know AEW stay wilding out when it comes to hardcore matches.
yeah, but they only do like hardcore matches like on certain occasions. Like if it's not like a every pay per view or every special show type thing.
From
Only
before it was. Remember from
yeah,
before, like at first, like the first couple of years, AEW used to really be wilding.
yeah, but they slowed that. They kind of slowed down a little bit with it. Like after
Let me
this
give me a
match, they're
second.
probably not gonna do hard. They're probably not gonna do hardcore matches for a little while, unless it like absolutely calls for it.
My thing is, I always been a sucker for hardcore matches. It just has to make sense. That's my main thing.
I mean, for this match, it kind of did, considering Edge didn't really get pinned in the last match, and plus Edge was out here concertoing motherfuckers, so it kind of did call for it in a way.
Oh yeah, because he took out his crew. He took out
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? He took these dudes out. What the fuck they named? The Death Riders, whatever. That name
yeah.
was so corny. But anyways, so yeah, it was warranted. And that's what I was saying at the beginning of the show. I was saying that the spot really didn't bother me, but I get it when it comes to certain circumstances. Like them really putting a close up on Willie Yuta and the referee trying to pull out the 2x4 and you see the skin pulling. That was pretty crazy. I winced. That part I winced a little bit. Like, ooh, you know.
I didn't.
I did, I ain't gonna lie, that's a little bit, yeah. They caught me a little bit, but I didn't mind it because you know what I mean, I'm sick. I like some crazy shit like that from time to time. I'm a big horror guy.
But it's probably because like I've seen worse, like in like a wrestling ring.
Right.
It's pretty up there, but I've seen worse.
What's more crazier than that spot right there?
Sid Vicious breaking his leg.
Oh my god.
Good point. Good point. That was good. And that was that even around the time of the Attitude Era? I don't even think so.
Yeah, that was at the same time.
It was. I thought
Yeah,
that's when because when wasn't the Attitude Era? Yeah, the Attitude Era was over like around like 2001. Oh, yeah, 2001. Yeah.
like that happened in '98, maybe '99,
Yeah.
I believe.
Yo,
Yeah,
this
like
dude, Drew Mac and Savage is wild. Yo, he's really punching this dude, Damian Priest, in the face and kicking him in the head. Jeez. And the crowd is loving it right now.
Oh, and it's official. Phoenix signed.
Yeah, Ray Phoenix is gonna be on SmackDown and he's officially signed. Yeah.
Put it in the group chat. Let me see. Maybe if I can pull it up on the Council Tron.
All right. Let me.
At least
Continue
they're keeping.
on.
At least they're keeping Phoenix and Penta separate for now.
And I totally
Yeah, that's
agree
a
with
good thing.
Yeah, I do agree with that. Have them click up later on, like if not later on this year, definitely the beginning of next year. But the tag team division desperately needs some tag teams. They really have to start building some tag teams.
I
That's
told
all.
you they.
It would have been
I
so
don't
much
know
better
why.
if they just had one set of belts. That's all he needed was one set of belts. Two set
I
of belts.
don't. I don't mind the 2 sets of tag titles on both shows. Problem is they fired a couple of tag teams, bro. They fired AOP. I don't know why.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it would have been better if it was only one set of tag teams. I mean, one set of tag belts, so they could jump from Raw, SmackDown, and NXT because there's not really much tag teams going on. Nothing.
I also want to point out that the Raw tag champs, the War Raiders, Viking Raiders, they haven't been on TV for the past 3 weeks. Just,
Right.
just point. I hope
They
just
haven't
point that
though.
out, and nobody's noticed. See
I've
how you did.
noticed because
See how
remember
you did.
they was cool. Remember
Wait,
they
they
was cool
haven't.
with Damian Priest. They was cool
See
with
how you
Damian
didn't notice,
Priest, and
Black.
then as soon as Damian Priest went to SmackDown, that was it.
See how you didn't notice, Black Star. They weren't. They haven't been on SmackDown for 3 weeks. They defended it against
Yeah.
They defended it against the Creeds, and then they've been off TV for nearly a month. Like,
This shit hella weird.
oh my god,
I
man!
did not
This
really.
would have been a perfect time to start building the Vikings versus AOP. That's a
Yeah,
WrestleMania
that
tag team.
and
That could have been a WrestleMania tag title match right there.
Yeah.
that would have been perfect. But it looks like Phoenix is going to be in that six pack challenge.
Well, they're gonna make. Apparently, the next guy to challenge for the U.S. title is Braun Strowman.
Really?
I ain't gonna lie. Braun Strowman's been killing SmackDown.
Like, right? Like it's in the group chat.
Oh yeah, I see it.
All right, cool.
Okay.
Well, Braun Strowman been killing SmackDown. He's really been doing this thing like since his comeback. He been killing it on Raw with this dude Bronson Reed. Went to SmackDown, got that big rivalry going on with Jacob Fatu. Sometimes with Damian Priest. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not mad at Braun Strowman. This is probably one of his best runs.
Like as soon as Jacob said, "I'm at the dog walk your ass away," turn's coming.
Man, listen, dude. If you ever wanted any indication, Jacob Fatu is that dude. If he doesn't become a champion this year, something's wrong. Man. If anything, I'll push for Jacob to beat LA Knight. Fuck it.
Ooh.
Why
And that's
not?
the thing,
Man?
though. I do hear
Jacob
that
was going.
but it's like they're both. Let's really be real. They'll both be faces when it comes to that program. Like how you go about that.
Like I wanted Jacob to be in that six pack ladder match. Was like, no, Jacob, no, because Jacob doesn't know. Jacob doesn't have an off speed pitch. He just throws 99-mile-per-hour fastballs all day. So yeah, no.
Man, Jacob's about to fight Solo at WrestleMania. Is what it's looking like. Clearly,
Like
that's
I
what
said,
it. Clearly,
Solo
that's where
needs
we're
to
going
win.
with it.
Solo needs to win, B.
Does he though?
Yes.
Jacob doesn't know the meaning of changeup.
I'm telling you this, man. I think they should. I don't know, man. I think they should go with my idea. Have Jacob win, and then Solo just gets repackaged after.
He has to go to TNA. Fuck it.
Yeah, you and Tope was talking about that shit. And here go the news right here. According to who's that, WrestleZone? Yeah, WrestleZone's a pretty accurate source.
Yeah, and if somebody said,
Wait,
according
he
to Dave
signed
Meltzer,
with
like, yeah,
WWE.
no.
Update on which brand Fightful. Okay.
If I said, like, en español.
Yeah.
Do you think Phoenix needs a manager? Or is his aura good enough?
For SmackDown, it all depends on how he's presented, honestly.
Okay. But because, like, Penta doesn't need it. All Penta did says, Zero, Mero. That's all he needs to say.
Yeah, but like I said, it just
He's
depends on how they present Phoenix. Like, who is his opponent gonna be? Who's his first match? How is he gonna look? What's his offense gonna be like? What are they gonna do?
Yeah,
And
true.
also we still got Aleister Black possibly coming back with these dark packages. So
Yeah, those
how's he
fours
gonna
keep on. Sullivan, my son.
Oh wow!
You don't see toast. That's
Oh
why
wow!
I said it.
Never mind. Now I got it.
That's why I said Sullivan, my son.
Never mind. I wasn't even looking for a second. I was like, oh, now I see it.
Sullivan, my son. It was getting tough.
Yeah, just chilling.
Nah, bro, man. You were Toph. We was just talking about the chat, man. What the fuck? This dude, this chick Charlotte Flair is burying Tiffany Stratton. Like, what?
Yeah, man, she looks something like straight out of a porn in the 80s. Ugh.
Jesus Christ.
Doesn't even look human anymore.
Yo, but big ups to Homicide, man. Congratulations
Oh
on that great
yeah,
career.
Homicide had his retirement match today. Props to him, dude. Seriously.
Yeah, I didn't know. Awesome. Yeah, I didn't know he had a cyst in his brain.
Yeah,
I thought he was retiring on his own terms.
Nah,
but
that's all
definitely appreciate what he offered, man. Like, I was a huge time LAX fan. I loved LAX, man. Like, that was like one of my favorite tag teams in TNA at the time.
You know what, man? In honor of Homicide, I'm gonna do that as my throwback match. Since you brought up LAX, to me this throwback match put LAX on the map. It was LAX versus Daniels and AJ Styles for the tag titles on TNA.
That's a good match.
That match put them on the map to me.
There's
like
this
Hernandez
promo.
Just toss motherfuckers.
There's this promo. It's on YouTube. I don't know if you'll get in trouble for showing it, but it was in the NWA Power, and it was really the first time I saw Eddie Kingston, because I know he had like a little brief run in Impact, but I wasn't watching Impact anymore by then. But it was Eddie Kingston, the Pope, and like these two other dudes. Pope was feuding with Eddie. I don't know what they were feuding about, but Pope had talked.
Oh, and he was called King, right? He was called King in TNA, something like that.
I don't know. I really don't know. I wasn't watching TNA then. But the segment in question, it's like a YouTube video. It's like not even long. It's like maybe a minute and like 50 seconds. This was like the beginning of NWA Power, like when they were good. And Pope and Eddie were feuding. And Pope had said something bad about Homicide. And then Eddie, like, he slapped Pope for real. and then he took the microphone from him, and you know how Eddie is with his promos, and he was saying stuff like, you know, that man, he saved New York. He was like, that man saved New York. That man saved my life, man. That man prevented me from pulling a bullet in my head. And like when he said that, like the crowd got like real quiet, like real quiet. Like it's not a funny thing to say, but yeah, man. You know, Homicide is I won't call him an unsung hero, but like basically like every indie dude from like the fucking 2000s, Homicide like sent them on their way. You know, Punk, Danielson, Nigel McGuinness, AJ, Joe, Tyler Black, everybody, Jay Lethal, Owen, Zane. Yeah, like pretty much anybody that made a name in the 2000s, at some point they had like a feud with Homicide. You know what I mean?
I was surprised Homicide didn't fuck anybody up with that Gringo Killer.
Probably did. We just don't know it. I remember he
first, do the move.
I remember he first hit it on AJ Styles. I thought dude was dead for a second.
Like I was in shock. I was like, "The fuck? Like how did he not seriously hurt somebody with that shit?"
You know, that's the best kind of move. The one that looks like it kills you but doesn't do anything.
Because like he gave it to Danielson. I was like, "My God."
Yeah, that Flair, that Charlotte Tiffany segment was really bad. That was not good at all.
That bad, huh?
It was trash. I was like, Charlotte was hell bent on burying Tiffany. She didn't sell Tiffany's words. She kept cutting her off every 5 seconds. I couldn't understand it. I'm like, girl, shut the fuck up and sell, will you?
Yeah, the problem with Charlotte is like her character, she has no layers at all. It's just I'm the queen and that's it. She doesn't want to do anything else. She doesn't want to be anything else. There are reports going around before she came back, and of course the reports turned out to be untrue. But all the reports were saying stuff like, "Oh, you know, she's going to reinvent herself, she's going to repackage herself," and all that was clearly not true at all. So
I never seen any reports that said that.
I read one article that did, but I'm like, clearly it's a lie, because nothing about her is different.
I'll say this though, like at least they building this storyline right here when it comes to Stratton and Flair.
What the fuck is Naomi wearing? Why is she dressed up like Owen Hart? What are we doing?
I didn't get there yet.
What the? Naomi looks like fucking.
Which version of Owen Hart?
The one where Owen wore a caution sign in the name.
She looks like Orlando Jordan at one time in TNA when he had the tape around.
Oh God,
she looks like.
Wow,
she looks better than Orlando Jordan in it, but yeah, that's another story.
Yeah, instead this time is Jimmy Uso's lotion.
I mean, Naomi's hot ass. I mean, I say the same thing about Juice Robinson. I mean, shit, he lucky to go home to that ass. Shit.
Speaking of couples, so I heard that Megan Bain fucked with Joey Janela.
Say what?
Yeah, I was like, that's random as fuck.
Megan Bain and Joey Janela. What the hell?
That's what I heard.
One of these things is not like the other.
Nice.
Well, at least they're going all the way with Naomi. It looks like they're going all the way with Naomi as a heel, which I think is cool.
She gotta let him know she's not a nugget.
Oh, it's working so far. Because she's like, fuck the big three. It's just big me.
Ooh, yo, she really should say that though. She really, because it definitely would make sense.
Word.
Oh, nice. She just used the MJF's finisher. That's cool.
Oh, the heat seeker?
Yeah, that heat seeker.
It works. It works for her. I like it. It's more vicious.
But she always did that move though. So that's her finisher now though.
I would hope it.
That's
I would hope he would use it as a finisher. It works a lot better now for this new character for him.
if there's any criticism I give just based off this, and again, it's just week one. Obviously, women care about their hair very much. I'd cut the hair if I was her. I don't
Really?
know. Just when I think of heel, I think cut the hair. Yeah.
Didn't
Just
he
go
have
short hair or go fade?
Didn't he have short hair once before?
She did.
I don't think Naomi ever had short hair.
I would cut the hair. I would cut.
Maybe
the hair.
maybe she had like a bob or something like that, but like, but not like
Probably.
not like some shit like
The reason I
Jones
say
or
it,
something like that.
The reason I say it, like, take Kyle Fletcher as an example. Like, I know he's a dude, but like when the shit happened with him and Ospreay at first, everybody was like, ugh, whatever, like, okay, it'll give Ospreay something to do. But then he did that segment where he was like, I'm nothing like you, and he got the razor and he shaved that shit off, and it's like, yeah, because like if you're gonna go a bad guy, like you got to go all the way with it. You know what I mean? You don't want to be a flavor of the week type of heel. Like, okay, like, all right, this will give him something to do for a couple of weeks. Like, no. Like, if you're gonna,
I'm surprised you didn't even know why he did that. Like, we all know why he did that. It wasn't because of that. It's because his hair was really grown out, just like Ospreay's. That's why Kyle Fletcher cut his shit. He was like, I'm not like, because people was criticizing him on that shit.
Well, that's fair enough. It's just, to me, if you're going to be a bad guy, you got to go all the way with it. So
yeah, because when you're bald, you're a badass.
Like
dead ass though. Like all the bald motherfuckers is badass, except of the warlord. I don't think he was a badass.
No. Well, I was like talking to my friend earlier, right? And I had an epiphany watching a Sting match. I was all like, all of Sting's losses was by bullshit. Like, if you truly think about it. Which made me go like, has any major babyface lost not by bullshit? Like consistently?
That's a really good question, and I think the easy answer is no. Like when it comes to most, if not all, baby faces, they had to lose on some, on some bullshit like a dirty pin, controversy, idiocy, yeah.
I mean, if you want to count Dolph, if you want to count Dolph Ziggler in WWE, yeah.
No. Like I'm talking about like the main baby face, like the top seller baby face, basically.
Damn. I didn't hear what he said. What you said? Say that again. Say that again, Black Star.
The top merch.
The top merch seller.
Like,
damn, man, you saw it lose connection. You saw it lose connection.
My bad.
Damn, like you was on a roll.
What was dude's name? What was dude's name? The dude who did Tony the Tiger. The guy from those who's doing the
shut up.
I thought he was about to say the lawnmower man or some shit.
Yeah, man, they worked the fuck out of me as a kid. You made me think I used to think they was on the road. They was just in the locker room backstage somewhere. They weren't anywhere.
Ballet said Kyle Fletcher had a bad boy member hairstyle. Excuse me, boy band. Excuse me.
Boy band. Yeah, he did.
No, but like you look at like people like you guys say something?
Go ahead.
Oh my God.
Like you look at Cody in AEW and WWE, he lost by bullshit every single time.
There was only one loss that he had that wasn't by bullshit in AEW. That time he lost to Black.
Yeah, Black squashed him, but yeah, every other loss was bullshit. Yeah.
The only person that I can think of that did like shit was
You glitching, Black. So you glitching.
So his question was like, "There's anyone else who lost to bullshit more?" You know, because if that's the case, the answer to that is Hogan. You know, as Wrestling with Regret would say, "You beat me, but not really, brother." You know. I think the dumbest one to me was like the very first World War III. You know, the 3 rings, 60 dudes, where
oh yeah, when the giant pulled him under the ring or pulled him by
the
the bottom
giant
rope.
pulled him under the ring, and the referee didn't see it, and so that they gave the match to Randy Savage, and it was just like, dude, it was a battle royale. Like you're not getting pinned. Like you're not gonna get hurt at all. So, like this dude was so
you're not eliminating me, brother.
He was so insecure. It's like, dude, like you're not gonna get hurt. You're just gonna get thrown over the top rope. Like he's still to this day.
They booed the living shit out of Hogan in that match.
And you know what pissed me off even more? Like this is how you know, like this dude, like no one even uses this word anymore. It's like such an old word. Like Hogan was like a player hater, bro. Because like consistently,
he was like a player. He was a player hater. Period.
In WWF and WCW, both times, every single time Randy Savage won a world title, Hogan was always there. He never gave Randy his moment, ever. When Randy won the title for the first time, Hogan was in the ring celebrating like he won the fucking thing. You fucking
in Trump
idiot.
Plaza, right? Right in Trump Plaza, like.
And then when he has the title match with Flair at WrestleMania 8, the main event is Hogan and Sid. Like, nigga, you don't have the title. Then here he is in WCW. He wins World War III. Randy's the champion, and then Hogan's like, you didn't throw me over the top rope. Like, consistently, this dude fucking hated Randy Savage. Like, what the hell?
There was a segment that made me cheer for Randy more than anything. I think it was after Flair interfered. Oh, no, wait a minute. It was after Arn. Arn interfered in Macho Man's match. Hogan came in and made the save. And like Hogan started celebrating like he won the title. Savage looked at him and said, like, man, like you act like you won it. I won it. I won the title. Shut the fuck up.
Right.
It's also funny because Hogan ended up winning the title from Savage anyway.
Right. That's why I laugh at that Mega Power story when he's like, "You got lust in your eyes," like, because he did. How the fuck was Hogan the good guy? That makes no sense. Fuck him.
But let's really be real though. Macho Man was a psychotic dude too. Like everybody said, this dude was highly overprotective over Liz. And it's like maybe his paranoia
he never leave the locker room by herself.
Yeah, all that shit. And maybe she has a maybe had a legit right to be paranoid, but it's like I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, WCW Miss Liz. Yeah, like I'll protect that too.
Right.
Yeah, I guess since we're talking about like Randy Savage, I think I don't know. I mean, I can't read the dude's mind. I think that's what Seth Rollins is trying to go for, but I think for most people it doesn't work. Because like Seth just wears like the most random shit every week. Because I saw someone say it on Twitter. It's like, why do people attack Seth for wearing random shit when Randy Savage did? That's because Randy was cool. He actually had a cool factor when he did it. Seth
and he was coordinated.
Cool.
Like that's the thing with Randy.
Right.
Randy Savage was coordinated. Like you know what I mean? And I get what Seth Rollins is trying to do. I really do. And I do appreciate the effort. But it's like, my dude, you got to find that niche.
I mean, haven't y'all noticed everything that Seth Rollins wears, they match it with his Titantron?
Yeah. I remember you had said that in the group chat. And I'm gonna look out for that again. I'm gonna try to look out for that from now on. Especially I'm going
this
to
Raw. What I think.
I'm going to Raw when they come out here, so I'm definitely gonna look out for that shit.
This is what I think, because he said this himself, and I'm not even throwing shade at the guy. He doesn't have a gimmick. He doesn't know who he is. It's like a documentary he did once where he was like, I don't know who Seth Rollins is. They give him like new names like every other year. The Architect, the King Slayer, the Beast Slayer, you know, the Burn It Down. They keep like putting all
The
this
Monday
random.
Messiah. They should have kept that one. The Monday Messiah. He
Yeah.
should have kept that.
What they do is like they're just throwing shit at the wall to see what sticks. And like what I
That was
honestly think
Vince.
happened was you're right. Well, Vince kept throwing shit at the wall to see what sticks. And what I think honestly happened was they were at a live event and maybe Seth just didn't have his wardrobe with him that day and he just wore some random shit. And he probably popped the locker room and they were like, aha, that's funny. And he was probably just like, I know, I'm just gonna keep doing that. You know what I mean? And he's just stuck with it. But when Randy did it though, like Sandman said, Randy's shit was coordinated, but most importantly, he looked cool. He had a swag factor to him. Seth doesn't have it, you know, like to this day, there are kids who like dress as Randy Savage for Halloween. You know? That's when you know that you've infiltrated pop culture. When kids dress up as you on Halloween, when there's like a convention and people cosplay as you, ain't nobody cosplaying as Seth Rollins, bro. I'm sorry. No.
Broadcaster.
I guess you gotta wait 5
Macho
years
Man
from
was
now.
the funniest shit ever.
Ballet says Seth Rollins, not Seth. Seth.
But
why the hell the Street Profits got new music?
They did?
Is it
I
good?
think they got new music when they had turned tweener.
Is it good?
I don't know.
I don't know. All I know is Italy's rocking with the Profits, but
Yeah.
Yeah, so what they need to do
when
is
they go across seas, they always get love. They get a lot of love when they go across seas.
bro, these international shows put the states to shame. Completely.
Yeah.
So what they need to do with them is we don't need a repeat of what happened with Kofi. It's like, all right, y'all got the titles now, but keep that mean streak. Don't go back to just smiling and shit just because you got the championships. You don't fucking trust Triple H. For all we know, you guys could drop it in a week. We don't know.
Then back throwing pancakes.
Yo, like fucking Jacob Fatu and Braun Strowman had a little decent match right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, as soon as I heard about the dog walk your ass, why he's turning.
He's about to crash out on Solo.
I used to talk shit about Braun Strowman from before, but he has really been trying to step it up. I give Braun Strowman that.
He's good. Braun's good. You know, he was just an idiot for that comment he made. You know, we're getting fired.
Where he clowned the independent scene, and then he ended up getting fired. So like,
not too long after that shit, right? Like,
literally.
I can tell. You can tell he got humbled because when he came back, remember, like when he came back and they just started teaming him with Ricochet, like out of nowhere. Remember that?
Yeah.
that shit was random as fuck, especially now.
Yeah, you remember that, right? I forgot about that shit. It was just a random Vince McMahon tag team. You know how Vince McMahon give it up. He just be like, "Hey, fuck it, y'all not doing nothing."
Yeah, you and Braun.
Yeah.
No, you know the crazy thing about it is they had a decent match as a tag team. So I'm like, it was working for a little while. But clearly him being fired humbled him because that control your narrative bullshit he tried to do, that shit flopped.
Because since he's been back, again, like he's good in the ring, but since he's been back, like he hasn't sniffed any world titles. He's just basically just been, I can't even say in the middle of the card. He's just kind of been there. He's not really been in any like real long time feuds. Not really.
Oh my god.
I miss Bronson too, Ballet. We miss our dinosaur.
George Foreman just died.
Oh no.
Oh
no.
My god.
Wait, what?
Foreman's dead.
Who?
George Foreman.
George Foreman.
Oh wow.
Damn, son.
Jesus.
Yeah, that's 36.
Another guy that passed away is that bad guy is the guy that played Kurt in Good Burger.
Really?
Who?
Remember the movie Good Burger with?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Yeah.
The guy.
Wait, you mean the white dude that was the bad guy? What happened to him?
He passed away from cancer
Jesus.
Oh man.
When this week?
today.
Oh man, that's awful.
Like, I always love doing these shows, but this is always the worst part of any show that we do. I hate being live and terrible news like this be happening. You know what I'm saying? Because this is our escape from the bullshit. This is such sad news, man. Condolences to the families. Seriously. Like
Like the
George,
one memory.
man, George Foreman. What was his age?
76.
Wow.
Man,
Lived a good life. Lived a good life.
he definitely left this mark on this earth. George Foreman, man.
It's
I know
ironic we're talking
motherfuckers still got a
about-
Foreman grill to this day.
Yeah, it's ironic we're talking about George because just a few moments ago we were talking about Hogan. One of the many Hogan bullshit lies. He likes to say that the Foreman grill was originally the Hogan grill. He said that the grill people called him. He said the grill people called him and he
didn't
wasn't
pick
there.
up because he picked up from
didn't
school.
pick up. And so they called George, and George is like, "I'll do it." Like, sure, Hulk, sure.
Yeah, man.
But tonight in tribute of Foreman, you have to watch.
No, I'm
I
gonna
think
pull up
it's,
some highlights. You gotta see some highlights from George Foreman. Fuck that. We gotta let my dude rock.
Yeah.
And definitely
Is there like an
condolences,
HBO?
condolences to the family of it wasn't the manager from Maxi Burger. What was the name of the day competition? Good Burgers competition. Mondo Burger.
Mondo Burger. I think Mondo Burger.
It was a manager of Mondo Burger.
Yeah, I think so. I'm not sure.
Well, yeah, condolences to the families, man. That shit fucking sucks.
Like there's like this documentary on HBO. We're talking about the Foreman Michael Moore fight. And like Teddy Atlas, you guys know who Teddy Atlas is, right?
Teddy
From
Atlas.
ESPN. Yeah, the boxing trainer.
I heard his name from before, but I'm not too fond of him. What's up?
Like he was sitting there and like he was talking shit to Foreman, and Foreman was just sitting there calm. And like Foreman stopped him, looked up at him, and said, "Go make me a sandwich." Fuck.
I heard what you said, but you roboted that information in there.
No. He stopped, turned around, looked at him.
No, I heard you. We heard
Sandwich.
you. We heard you. We heard
Yeah.
you. But it sounded like you're Cyclops or something.
Fuck you.
My dude is a damn android over here.
But like Foreman was a good boxing broadcaster too for HBO.
Yeah. He matter of fact, he was commentating, right? On,
Yeah.
He was.
I forgot about that shit.
Yeah, back when they did HBO Sports. Mm-hmm. But they got rid of that because nobody was watching anymore. I remember.
You remember he had a sitcom?
He did.
I think so.
Yeah, he did. He had a
CBS, right?
sitcom.
Like on CBS.
It was ABC in New York on the
ABC,
East
okay.
Coast. It was on Channel 7.
That motherfucker named all his kids George.
Yo, you gonna have to leave and come back. You gotta leave and come back, my dude. You sound crazy. Just leave out and just come right back. Reset that shit. Man, that's my dude, Black Star. But that should be killing me when that shit, that motherfucking RoboCop shit, that be blowing mine. Henny guy was goody though. But yeah, I'm gonna pull up that damn the George Foreman highlights real quick. That was my dude, B. Seriously. $76 old, man. Definitely had a great life, man.
That was a good run.
Come on.
He punched him like he stole something.
I'm gonna play highlights from time to time. Boop. He had that haymaker and that uppercut. Here you go. Boom, boom, boom. Like, what
He's
you
very
mean?
tall too.
Yeah, my dude. Nothing but cheeseburgers, whole lot. He ain't work out in the gym.
Mm-hmm.
He worked out at restaurants. Wasn't he the oldest boxing champion, the WBA champion? I think he was like the oldest ever WBA heavyweight
He may have
champion.
been. I liked how him and Muhammad Ali had like a little wrestling thing going on when they were over there in Africa. You know, the whole
Oh yeah,
boo my head.
Yeah,
Yeah.
what's it, the Thriller in Manila?
Yeah, Thriller Manila. Yeah. They had like a little blood feud, but behind closed doors, they were like just eating Burger King, just laughing. They kept kayfabe alive, brother. But in boxing,
That's the one thing Frazier didn't get.
oh, what you talking about?
Like Ali was playing a game with like I think like they
Oh,
went to a
gotcha.
a restaurant together, and they said like, "Yo, like, I'm gonna make fun of you. Just go along with it."
Right?
Frazier kinda
Yeah,
looked
they
at
got
him.
it. Yeah, boxing was like wrestling. Yeah.
Then Frazier kind of looked at him like, "The fuck."
Yeah. That's
This
what
is like-
boxing's missing now. Now they're just doing this content creator bullshit. It's going too far. It's funny at first, but now it's like, damn, like this shit's killed boxing. And I'm not even a boxing guy like that, but it's always nice to have an alternative, something else every now and then. But it's a damn shame.
Like I was a big
Yo,
boxing
you
fan.
heard that shit what Jake Paul had said about him and Logan saying that they combat fighters?
What?
Jesus. See, that's what I'm talking about, bro. Like, they
Like,
think they're
are you
combat
serious?
fighters.
What combat?
Right.
What fight? Unreal.
Motherfucker, Logan, you're 1-4. Shut the fuck up.
Motherfucker, you
Like I said,
fight
it's a combination.
You fight
It's a
motherfuckers that are
combination
one
of.
foot of retirement.
It's
Right.
right. I've always said the death of boxing is a combination of UFC got bigger and just these content creation bullshit, like, things where you get these YouTubers and Twitch streamers and whatever, and they started doing like celebrity boxing shit, and it was a joke at first, but then it became like, real, like where they would get like a retired boxer or like a retired MMA fighter who didn't even specialize in striking to have like a boxing match with like a Jake Paul or whatever. Like it's turned the sport into a joke. Like it's not real.
Jake Paul beat up Nate Robinson. Shut the fuck up.
Who?
Doesn't matter.
The
It's still not
basketball
real.
player?
Huh?
Talking about the basketball player?
Yeah.
That's what I mean. It's not real. He's not a boxer. He's a basketball player.
And also, yo,
It's a
I ain't gonna
joke.
lie. Fucking the Foreman Grill always made the best grilled cheese sandwiches. You ever had a grilled cheese sandwich off the George Foreman Grill?
Never had a George Foreman grill.
I'll try.
Boy, you never had a George
That's
Man.
I never really cooked grilled cheese off George Foreman grills, but I made hell of a lot of burgers though. I will
Hell
say
yeah, that too.
that.
The Foreman grill was fucking clutch. And that shit was really healthy. Like that shit really drains out all the grease and the fat, and it'll go right on the tray. And you just
Yeah,
dump the tray. Like it was really healthy.
right.
That's why we still here today.
Right, man.
My family's Nigerian. That's a foreign language to us.
Man, you can put curry goat on a damn Foreman grill. What the hell? My dude Black Solvian putting curry goat on the Foreman grill.
We never had a Foreman grill. So.
So I see. I'm up to the part when Zelina Vega is going up against Piper Niven. They don't really like Zelina. They don't like Zelina Vega. Why you put the first match on SmackDown? I gotta go against Piper Niven. Jesus.
Like here's like a funny. Oh, go ahead.
What about her new music though? Good lord.
I ain't hear it yet.
Like a funny,
I had it on mute.
Like a funny little anecdote about me. I didn't have like a regular bacon until I was like 22.
So what bacon did you have?
Turkey.
Turkey bacon's good. I think people be sleeping on that.
They need to keep sleeping. I'm not gonna lie. At first, I liked turkey bacon at first, but like for a short period of time after that shit, I was like, yo, this shit weak. It started tasting like paper after a while.
I mean, I don't eat turkey bacon all the time, but still, I don't even remember the last time I had it.
The best bacon to me is beef bacon. Beef bacon is the best.
Like because like we came from a religious family, so like we didn't eat anything with a pig.
I mean that makes sense. So,
but yeah, like there's beef bacon. It's not pork. All bacon is not pork. But if you use Colgate, that shit pork. And I love Colgate.
We didn't have Colgate either.
Yeah,
like there was things like we did not do.
No, you know, it's all good, you know. I definitely understand. Like, said turkey bacon is thin. Yeah, turkey bacon is very thin.
Like they're like I didn't know. Like I didn't know there was such thing as pork ribs. Like I didn't know.
Woo!
Like it wasn't
what? That shit fall right off the bone.
Like it wasn't until I was 25.
Give me that swine. I'm feeling fine.
And like my friends are like, "Do you want ribs, Alan?" I said, "Like, yeah." And then I looked at it. I was like, "What the fuck is this?" They said it's pork ribs. Like, really? They said, "Yeah." Like, fuck. Never had that before.
Ballet said beef ribs.
Yep, that's what we had. We had beef ribs.
This is one spot out here. This one barbecue spot. Damn, what's the name of that shit? Damn. It's not Joe's. Well, Joe's is one of the spots. You get that whole rack. Man, look, please. They put that dry rub on that motherfucker. You don't even need the sauce.
The Kansas City, I heard, makes great barbecue.
Hell yeah. Okay, so I see these motherfuckers is this dude Jacob Fatu tired of Solo shit. Well, it took you long enough. The fuck? How you haven't been tired of his shit? Solo has did absolutely nothing.
Yeah, they about
you basically conquered the whole stable. Solo has never been impressive for like what, a year and a half.
Oh, whoop your ass from coast to coast.
They're about to remake that old Chris Rock show. Everybody hates Chris, but they're gonna call it Everybody Hates Solo. Fucking bum.
Man, everybody been hating Solo. Like, good lord, like,
It's a catastrophe too, because he was that guy.
Jacob Fatu is literally everything we wanted Solo to be.
Makes you
Everything
think
we wanted
That's why they're
Solo to be.
keeping.
Is Jacob.
That's why they're keeping old boy HK Leo. That's why they're
Where
just keeping him down there.
you notice they have Hikaleo in the performance center and haven't debuted him yet, right?
Yeah, he's
You think
training.
that's by
They learned their
coincidence?
lesson.
Because you
He's
think that's
training
by
there for
They
right
learned
coincidence?
their lesson. Yeah, they learned their lesson. That's why.
Oh man,
Which means
There's
odds
no
are
need
that
for him.
there really isn't if you think about it.
Like I get why he's there. You know, his family's there now, but there's no need for him. There's no use for him on the main roster because you got Fatu, and there's no use for him on NXT because you got the Omafemi dude. So yeah, so the monster thing's covered. So
the Kim versus Family would be a pretty good match.
I guess, but that's only good for like a one-off, kind of like what they did with Hammerstone.
Like that's because NXT is bereft of main event talent. They need him.
That's their fault, dude. Their last main event guys were Braun Breaker and Carmelo Hayes, and they couldn't replace them. I mean, Trick Williams was the only guy they had at the time, but still, they had no
and I'm
competition.
sorry right there. And I'm sorry, no offense to Carmelo, but if Carmelo Hayes was the main eventer and he ain't doing shit on the main roster, that's not a good sign for NXT's future at all.
No, it's not.
Like the rest of them are
There is
under
no-
First
development.
round draft pick, I might add. First round draft pick. This is y'all do. This is what y'all do with y'all first round draft pick. Interesting.
Yeah.
Like I like Javon Evans. The problem is
Yeah.
that
Oh my
What's the
god.
problem?
no. It's like the problem is that he's not ready.
Oh,
He's
we know
far
that.
from ready.
He's not ready at all, but he's good in the ring, but he still needs more polishing.
But they're gonna put him in the main event and deliver. That might be a mistake.
I mean, it'll be a mistake if he
Do they
wins.
have anybody
but
else?
If it'll be
don't
a
have
mistake
anybody
if
else?
it'll be a
Well, there you
mistake
go.
if he wins. I mean, it'll be a mistake if he wins that match, but I don't think it's a mistake
Just
to
like I
have
said,
him.
man, they take
go
our
out.
ideas anyway, man. They really need to consider a legitimate talent exchange with TNA. You're already in bed with them. Take some of these dudes in TNA who aren't doing anything and let them get a run for a couple of months, and vice versa. Get these guys like Moose and who else they got down there? EY, Eric Young, Moose, Eric Young. I'm sure there's some others, and just put them on NXT because they don't got anybody else.
Yeah,
And then take
EY
some of
is
these
still very
dudes-
cool. Like EY is still very cool at Triple H.
Yeah,
and
with
Shawn
that
Michaels.
was that the infantry, whatever stable, that random
Yeah.
stable. They just
Oh
threw
God,
over.
keep their asses there. Just bring EY.
Right. There was no
You're
point
the
of
two
that.
parts.
There was no point of him having that stable. What was the point behind it?
Because
Nothing.
Yeah,
Josh
that's
Alex,
weird.
they put him with EY because Josh Alexander's gone. That's
And somebody
why.
has to eat the pig.
Yeah. And I guess yeah,
What the fuck?
he right though. He's right. EY ain't taking the
And
pen.
get
He's
that,
like, let me get these motherfuckers out here to sacrifice.
Right, and get that Trick Williams dude and send him to TNA for a couple of months, season him up a little bit. You know, why
But
not?
he needs
Ooh, that'll be
Fukushima.
interesting. That actually be interesting.
Trick Williams on TNA.
Have
Like,
him
he needs-
unhinged, but he's still like a tweener. You know how he is now.
Trick is good, but he needs a manager.
No, you don't. No, you
No.
don't.
He does.
He's
I
good
wouldn't
like how
say-
I think he's good like how he is now. He's good like how he is now.
Thing is, though, I know he's still owed a rematch with Obafemi, but him being on TNA would really be cool.
You got mopped up by Ethan Page. He needs help.
He really didn't, actually.
What?
He didn't. He beat Ethan Page.
No, in that rap battle. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Ethan Page, he roasted him in that battle.
Oh.
Ethan Page got some balls.
Like I'm telling you, one of the greatest Impact moments was when MVP said "nigga" on national TV.
Oh man!
Like I said, all you say just a bunch of niggas. So like, wait, what?
Where were they on? They went on Spike by then. What was that? Destination America?
Destination
they're on Destination America.
Yeah, Destination America don't care. Destination America don't care. They don't care.
They'll say any ratings will do. We don't care. Anybody come through, please. Any human or fucking animal or pet, watch us, please.
Yeah.
And like the crowd was stunned silent. I was like, the fuck?
Oh yeah. You know I had to shift gears when it comes to this crash out, the human crash out. This dude, Alberto.
Oh my god!
Oh, dipshit!
He just got banned. How the hell you get banned in Tijuana? Good lord!
They don't give a fuck down there. If you get banned, that's when you know you've lost the plot.
You got banned in Tijuana because they didn't have enough cocaine.
Man, niggas commit murder down there, and they be like, you can come on, but this dude got banned. What the fuck?
He got banned. That's my point. That's my point. How you get banned in a freaking country that's a damn free for all?
Oh man.
Because he ran out of cocaine. That's what I'm saying.
Where the chair came from, though? You see how the chair just teleported from out of nowhere?
He launched that shit.
Hey, at least Boondocks was right about that. Start a fight, throw a chair.
I hear that woman.
One more time, chill. The chair really came out of nowhere. Bang!
You're my grandmother, Holmes.
Jesus, man.
Now, they were saying, like, basically, I guess they threw some loose change at this dude, Alberto Del Rio. That's why he started spazzing like that. This is giving me Malice from the Palace or Malice of the Palace type vibes.
Yeah, so the fans actually fought back.
Shit. Didn't they fight back in the Malice of the Palace too?
Mm-hmm. Did you see Jermaine O'Neal took a running head start according to
according to RVD on the Chris Van Vliet thing, he told a story about Sabu and how, like, in Puerto Rico back in the day, fans would get quarters and they would like burn them. They would get like lighters from like a cigarette lighter, and they would put the coins like on the bleachers. Then they would get a lighter to burn the coin, and then like if a wrestler was doing stuff they didn't like, they would throw the hot coins at the wrestler.
Oh, so, hell no!
Yeah. So Sabu, like, if anyone threw shit at him, like, he would just jump the guardrail and just beat the fuck out of him.
I seen that. I'm gonna pull that up real quick. I seen that shit when he jumped. I think the dude had snatched off his turban and Sabu just started hooking off on
homie. He beat the fuck out of him.
Scott Steiner would have caught a body in Puerto Rico.
Like, you don't play like that. You throwing hot coins at somebody from far away. What's wrong with y'all?
How the fuck, man? They don't check niggas on the way in, though.
But remember, Tove just said they leave the coins there. Like, I guess they leave them at the venue or stadium, wherever they at, and then they come back for another show, and the coins will still be there.
That's insane.
Like I said, Scott Steiner would have caught a body in Puerto Rico.
That shit is bogus as fuck.
Ming would have went on a fucking murderous spree.
Like they be playing with. That's all I be on both sides of
So
the
he
fence when it
threw.
comes to that shit. Like I don't know. Like I never been in a predicament
So
like that, so I don't know. I don't know how I'd react, but I can see how what I mean they would react. I would because you
so
get hit
what
with
was this?
something, you're gonna want to fucking spaz out.
Yeah. So what was the sequence of events there? So someone threw something at him and he threw it back.
This dude, Del Rio.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I think somebody had do let me pull up the article real quick. Let me see if I can find it real
Okay.
quick. Like
I think it hit an old lady in the face.
because as you can see, he was mad because somebody threw change at this dude. Del Rio was mad because somebody threw change at him, whatever the case may be. So he went out in the crowd and do a chair at whoever threw change at him. And then you see
and
that
hit an old
random
lady in the
chair.
face.
Did you see it? Yeah. I'm gonna pull up again. Give me 1 second. Because you gotta remember, I can't just keep playing this shit like that over and over again. Because you already know how these motherfuckers be over here on YouTube.
Like that old lady went Consuelo on him.
Like that was me, honestly. Like, yeah, I wouldn't want shit thrown at me either. But like, I mean, I don't know what show he was at. I don't know what kind of time they was on, but you're supposed to have like security there. So if that was me, I would be angry. I'd go through the curtain, and I would just tell security like, "Hey, man, go kick those people out or something." That's what I would do. So,
and it's like you also gotta think of this, like because they having pocket change or whatever. It's gonna come to a point where they gotta tell people like, "Oh, you can't come in here with quarters." I ain't gonna lie. I'm not even trying to be funny. Like, I haven't held a quarter in my pocket for a very long time.
a while, right? Yeah. Yeah, nobody really has pot. Nah.
I don't know.
Yeah, because they use the shit to throw at.
I used to collect state coins and shit when I was in high school. I used to collect state coins and shit when I was in high school, but that was years ago.
Oh shit! Where the fuck is that damn video at?
Like, I used to carry change and like spend it on the vending machines. I know that in high school. Like, but we had a snack machine.
Remember the fucking vending machines? Yeah, exactly. The vending machines.
Mm-hmm.
Like we had a snack machine.
Oh, when you had to keep flattening your dollar to make sure your dollar fits perfectly in the slit of the fucking vending machine. You be there for like what 5 minutes, keep flattening your dollar. You know what I mean? Fuck this machine. I'm not even hungry no more, man.
Like we had
I used to keep spare change on me. I used to keep spare change on me up until like when movies started getting really, really expensive. I think one time I was at a movie theater, and it was like those little machines where you can get like water bottles and drinks and shit. And there was like a Dasani water bottle that was like fucking $5.35. I was like, what? I was like, fuck this, bro. Fuck this. I'm just gonna watch movies at home. Fuck that. No way.
What the fuck?
Like I remember like one time.
Okay, here we go right here. Like, yo, they keep taking the video down here and there. I got one in better quality though. Hold on.
Like I remember one time my aunt, she used to like make food at home and then take it to the movies with her.
Hell yeah.
Smart. Yeah.
Motherfuckers, yo, there's a video out there where there be dudes that'll be sneaking in food and shit. They'll show you how they sneak in food. A motherfucker came up in there with a whole box of cereal and everything, milk, spoon.
Man, please. I used to do that shit I used to sneak food into movie theaters all the time. Shit.
Right.
That
When
ain't.
I was
I'm not.
younger, I thought like
I ain't about to spend no grip for no damn popcorn now. Fuck you.
right. When I
I
was
don't even
younger, I
remember the
thought like
last
that was
time
like
I
the
went to the
best part.
movies, but still.
I thought that was like the best part to having a girlfriend. It's like, yeah, like bring the person, like you can fucking have a barbecue in there, bro. Nobody would know.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
Nobody would care.
Yeah, all my friends were like, "Man, I can't wait to go to the movie theater so we can like make out." I'm like, "Man, I can't wait to go to the movie theater so I can like have like the biggest course meal of my life while watching a movie, where everybody else is like spending $100 on popcorn and an overpriced hot dog. Doesn't even taste that good." Yeah. All right, we
Yeah,
got
man.
Roman
Like
and
these
Heyman
dudes
out
had
now.
how they snuck in the box of cereal. They put on a flight jacket, and he had
right.
the box of cereal in the back of the jacket.
Or you
You
can
know,
have your girl pretend she's pregnant and just stuff it in her stomach. That's
yup, yup.
that's
A motherfucker had a sandwich. He had a hero sandwich, hoagie sandwich, and he put it
yeah,
in front of his pants. He had some baggy pants, and he put
right.
it in his pants.
Fuck this. Man.
Speaking of sandwich, Paul Heyman looking like he just ate one tonight, bro. Go to the
That dude,
gym,
Paul
Paul.
Heyman, looked like he breathes in sandwiches when he wakes up out of bed. Nah, seriously. Like, I know he's loving life right now, but he's starting to look like this dude Tuscanini from Darkwing Duck.
Yeah, you got Roman Reigns with his custom J's on. Like, that's insane. Like, these guys' sneaker game is wild.
Yeah.
2 sandwiches.
If Roman was around in the 2000s, guaranteed Russo would have booked him in a feud where somebody jumped him and stole his sneakers. That would have been a storyline. that would have legit been a storyline.
Oh
They had
God.
fucking Edge beefing over a shampoo commercial with Booker
If
T.
Russo would have booked Roman Reigns in the year 2000, he would have had him just like Mike Awesome. I definitely see that
Oh
happening.
no, I
If
didn't see
Russo would have booked him in 2000, that's
that.
exactly how he would have booked him. Bro, come on, bro. You look attractive, bro, but we don't want you to go against normal women, bro. Go against the fat women, bro.
Oh, God.
Yeah. He would have booked. Piper Niven to be his baby mama. That's what he would have did.
That'll be
Jesus Christ.
interesting.
He probably doesn't even understand how. She probably never. He doesn't even understand her English half the time. How would that work?
He
Would
also
you
didn't
guys?
find Asian women
What
attractive.
do you guys? I
Sorry,
didn't
what?
mean to cut you off because I'm looking at this the promo package for WrestleMania. What you
Mhm.
guys thoughts on this shit? Like the whole poker chip font and all of the extra stuff.
I mean, they're gonna be
Yeah,
in
they're going.
Vegas, so they're gonna be in Vegas, so it
It's,
makes sense.
I like it. I'm not gonna lie. I like
it's
it. It's
kind of
something
weird.
different.
It's kind of weird because AEW normally does Double or Nothing in Vegas, so I'm used to them doing it. But yeah, it makes sense.
They biting,
Fits the
yo.
theme.
Fuck that. Call it what it is. They biting. That's it.
What you talking
They
about?
need yeah,
What y'all talking about?
they need to
We're just
bring
talking
back
about
the
the
move.
you.
Yeah, they need to bring back the moving graphics for real.
Oh yeah, for
Yeah,
Ruthless Aggression.
Oh
remember
yeah,
that
I
shit,
love
right?
those.
The
those were
ruthless
fun.
aggression
Yeah.
era. Hell
Yeah,
yeah, yo, good point, TKO. Why they stop doing that?
They do that
word,
on
Yeah,
Raw.
man.
I know that. They do.
They
yeah.
do
They
They
it
did.
do.
sometimes here and there, but they need to stick
Yeah.
with that shit.
They need to keep
Mhm.
it like they do it like sometimes, but not always. They need to keep that shit. That part was
See,
working.
I'm talking about. They did little stuff like that to make the shows feel different from each other. Because yeah, Raw had that, but SmackDown didn't have it. But SmackDown had the fist, so it made up for it.
I don't
SmackDown
know why
fits.
they never brought that fist back though. What was the deal with that?
I don't
They
know.
never brought the fist back, and we all wanted it back. Like it just made SmackDown look so
You know what's weird is like they do retro Raws, but they never do retro SmackDowns. They should do retro SmackDowns. They
Matter
should.
of fact, they did do a retro SmackDown. And they still didn't bring back the fist. They did a retro SmackDown. Was it the thousand episode? I think it was a SmackDown. They even bring back the fist.
Bring back the fist. Bring back Teddy Long.
They didn't bring back the fist, but they brought back the Rock that night. Good grief.
Bring back the fist and bring back Teddy Long.
All right,
let them holler at them players.
You're going 1-on-1 against the Undertaker? Oh hell no!
Oh yeah. Speaking of, I meant to ask y'all that. What's your thoughts on BET naming Booker T the best black wrestler of all time?
That was a head scratcher.
BET hasn't been black since 2002, bro. What are we doing? Come on.
Nah, here's my thing about that shit. I'm thinking like
that's the head scratcher for y'all. The biggest
the entire list was the head scratcher.
No, the biggest head scratcher is why the fuck would you ask BET that question?
And here's the thing, but here's the thing. No, my main thing is this. I would figure they'd choose The Rock as the number one. Like, you know what I'm saying? BET, The Rock,
First off, The Rock's not American. Second off, The Rock is Canadian. That's the end of your story right there.
The Rock is Canadian? The hell?
Yeah, he's Canadian.
About? How is The Rock Canadian?
Look at his nationality. It's Canadian.
The Rock is not Canadian. Is this news? Like, am I tripping? Is The Rock Canadian? What are you talking about?
I know he played.
I'm gonna send it to the group chat right now.
You said The Rock is Canadian.
I haven't paid any attention to BET in decades. Just gonna be real.
No, he said The Rock is Canadian. Like, that's my first time ever hearing that. Ever.
Bro, I stopped watching BET as soon as they got rid of all the music shows.
No, y'all not hearing me. Y'all are not hearing me. This dude just said The Rock is Canadian.
We are trying to sweep it under the rug. Get the message.
What? What the fuck you mean? Since when The Rock was Canadian? What is going on here? What are y'all talking about? Just fuck it. Don't make me look sound like I'm in the fucking right Twilight Zone. And of course The Rock is Canadian. What the fuck you mean?
I'm gonna send it right now. I'm sending it right now to the group chat. Oh, son of a bitch.
Oh, the Chief is speaking?
Yeah, they doing Roman, Seth, and Punk are in the same arena. Which means they're probably gonna make the triple threat match official.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, now Seth is coming out. I'm telling you, they matched the Tron with his outfits. He's wearing blue, and his Tron is blue. I knew it.
Oh shit!
I knew it, man. They match his Titantrons with his outfits.
Look right in the group chat.
I'm gonna look it up right now.
I really didn't notice it from before until I paid attention closely. Now his crazy outfits make sense now, a little bit.
So the Titantron is blue and he's wearing blue.
Yeah.
Okay.
They match the color of his Tron with his outfits every week.
Huh.
You know, there's one site saying he's Canadian American, like what you just sent me, according to Yahoo. But on the other side, I'll show you.
Okay.
I know he played football in Canada after he got kicked off of whatever that team was in Florida. I forgot what college he went to, but Miami. After he got kicked off that team, yeah, I know that. Then when that didn't work out, that's when he got into wrestling. So
I'm gonna show you right now. Like Yahoo saying he's Canadian American, and I don't know what this site is up over here. Fuck. Hold on, wait. You can see it, right?
No.
Hold
I mean,
on.
Seth Rollins looks like a blue oven mitt right now.
Tell me he's wearing those Super Mario
All right.
boots.
See right here, it says he's Canadian American,
Canadian
right?
American. Yeah.
But over here, it's saying that he's only American.
Huh. That's his Wikipedia, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if he's Canadian, but it would, unless he's got a citizenship in Canada.
What was his dad's nationality besides black? Was he mixed with anything else?
That's a good question.
Canadian. I think he's Canadian.
Yeah, you really got us on here thinking right now.
That's what I'm saying. Like he I was like, whoa, what you mean Canadian? I don't mind doing my homework.
I mean, he's got close ties to Canada. You know, he was always tied.
Hold
to
on.
Bret and the Hart
Like, let me check
family.
Rocky Johnson's
You know,
nationality. Give me a second.
You know, I know he didn't train the dungeon, but I know Bret looked out for him. So he does have ties
In
to
the dungeon?
Canada. So it's not the craziest thing I've heard.
Yeah, he trained in the dungeon, yeah.
Really? Yeah, he's Canadian.
Yeah, Ballet said Soul Man was born in Canada. Interesting.
Yeah, Amherst, Canada.
Ooh.
Yeah,
This is why y'all tune into the round table. This is why y'all tune in over here. We be building over here.
Ballet confirmed that his dad was born in Canada.
Mm-hmm. This is why we come together and we chop it up. We learn things over here.
Wow, the more you know.
He might have dual citizenship. That's what I'm talking about, but y'all love shit like this. Yo, shots go out to you, Black Star. Like, wow.
That's the confirmation on Rocky Johnson right there. Just send it to the group chat.
Give my dude Black Star a round of applause. Like I would have never known Dewey is Canadian. Cause when they be like, hold on, let me see what you sent. Oh, basically, validating
confirming what Ballet said.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Wow. Rocky Johnson was a Canadian professional wrestler among many NWA titles. He was the first black NWA Georgia heavyweight champion, as well as the NWA television champion. And he's from Amherst, Canada.
Yeah, Cornette said it. Like Cornette was all like, "The Rock's Canadian." I was like, "He's Canadian?" And like I checked it out. I was like, he's Canadian. Shit.
Yeah, it was like with my father. My father got Puerto Rican blood. And you know what I'm saying? My last name is Spanish. You would never think that shit. Fuck you.
How silly.
Oh man. But yeah, man, the more you know, man. Good shit.
Oh, that definitely explains the Owen thing.
Right, there you go. Yo, Jade is trying to wild out on Liv though. Chill.
Like I think like his entire Samoan side is from California. I know that.
Yeah. When I was a kid,
Ballet, how you feeling that long wig? How you feeling that long wig from Jade, Ballet? You like the long wig, or she should keep the short wig?
When I was a kid, I thought Crush was Samoan. I thought he was.
Yeah, me too. Me too. I thought he was really from Samoa.
No, he's from Hawaii, right? Like he's Hawaiian?
He's supposed to be from Kona, Hawaii.
Okay. I'm like, Doink, brother.
Ballet says she ain't here for it.
Doink, brother. Making kids cry, brother.
Oh man. Oh yeah, yo. Guess whose birthday it is though? My dude Chris Candido.
Oh shit.
Man. Chris Candido, B. When I got introduced to Chris Candido is when the whole Skip and Zip tag team. Matter of fact, before there was a tag team, it was a Skip and Sonny.
Like, yeah, Candido must be looking down in heaven, shaking his head at Sonny. Like, what the fuck, man?
That yo, I think when it comes to him, this is when simping goes wrong, B. He gave his life to her, man. Like
didn't he break his ankle and then died probably like a week later?
Yeah. That's when he was in TNA.
I think that goes because of like septic shock or something like that.
Yep. He was these dudes' managers. You remember the Naturals?
Yeah.
He was their manager for a short period of time.
Because like I remember seeing him on Impact.
Wow,
and the very next
I'm just fucking Caesared Roman. Okay, E2 Punk, whatever.
What?
Say it again. You broke up a little bit.
What, me?
Yeah, say that again.
Yeah, I said Punk just Caesared Roman. E2 Punk.
No, he just clocked Roman in the back of the head with a microphone. Yeah.
Like I heard that that the terms of the deal between him and Heyman were kind of revealed a little bit.
I'm not even nowhere near there yet. I'm still watching the Jay Cargill and Liv Morgan match.
Like Punk said something like, "You fed him to me," and like Roman kind of looked at him like, "What the fuck?"
I heard a word that they might consider Heyman turning on Punk and Roman and having him just link up with Seth.
That would make sense.
You said Heyman turning on Punk and Roman?
Yeah.
And joining up with Seth Rollins.
That would make sense.
But why was Seth Rollins need Paul Heyman though?
Yeah, that part doesn't make sense. Yeah, he doesn't.
Yeah. That's the only part that doesn't make sense. Now, if he were to turn on both and then side with Drew, okay, that makes sense.
Well, they both just announced. Punk just announced. He just said you and me at WrestleMania. So it looks like the triple threat's official.
Like I think that if Paul were to turn on both, it will have to be for Drew, not for Seth.
Why Paul Heyman got a turn though? Why he just can't be loyal to the tribal chief? Damn.
Because Roman realistically doesn't need Heyman anymore, though. If you really think about it.
No. Like I'm talking about out of the people who need him the most, Drew is the person who needs him the most. Out of everybody in this main event situation.
Well, they all just pointed at the WrestleMania sign, so Seth, Punk, Roman, it's on, but it's got to be for something.
Probably for like number one. It has to be for number one contendership at SummerSlam
or something.
It has to.
So Jay Cargill's doing the F5 now.
Say what?
Looks like it.
Really?
I ain't gonna lie. Like she did the F5, and after that she did the kip up. I'm not too mad about that spot. She just needs to work on that.
Like, is your F5 good or does it suck?
Yeah, it was mid. It was mid.
Okay. No,
She needs to work on it.
Somebody told me today. I'm like, "Oh, Brock's coming back." I'm like, that motherfucker ain't coming back.
Nope.
One thing for sure, he ain't coming back.
And that's the thing. People need to let go of the past too. Like, oh, this person, that person's coming back. Like, no, like, why we can't work with what they got going on right now? These motherfuckers got so much people on the roster not doing anything.
Another thing we could let go. Another thing we could probably let go of is Goldberg. Turns out he's not 100% for his so-called farewell match.
And it's like good. Like, I don't care what nobody says. My dude, pack it up. You're done. You had a hell of a run. Come on, we all knew Goldberg was that guy around that time in WCW. Even when he came to WWE, they treated him pretty well.
That's because he was only there for a year, so.
Like, I get it. You missed the you know what I mean, the lights and people cheering your name. I definitely get it. You know what I'm saying? They said it's just like a drug.
My thing with Goldberg is like he's on some bullshit because his whole logic is he claims he didn't get a retirement match. He said that Vince promised him a retirement match and it never came. And I'm like, bro, you had your retirement match. Okay, when you fucking came back to have that Brock match, when he came back to have that match with Brock in Survivor Series, originally it was there to promote whatever the video game was because he was the
I think it was 2K. Was it 2K14?
Right. Yeah, but in his own words, he said that.
Yeah.
And the trailer looked sick. The trailer really looked hot. Like they had Goldberg coming out, like they was like in a desert or something, like on some Universal Soldier type shit with him with some bodyguards that was armed.
And in his own words, the other reason he took the match was because he was married and he had a son, and he said that his wife and his son had never seen him wrestle before. And I said, hey man, that's cool. And he had that match with Brock. And he squashed him. It was like something straight out. It was like a time machine back to Nitro in 97, 98. He squashed Brock. It was a big deal. And then Vince was like, okay, let's turn this into a story. And he was at the Rumble. He won the title from Owens. That was fucking stupid. You shouldn't have done that. You did Goldberg and Brock for a title. That was also stupid. But you know what? Even though nobody asked for that match, that was a good 5-minute match. They made up that match they had at WrestleMania 33. That was the match that we all visualized they could have had back at Mania 20. And in the end, Brock beat him. Then he came out the next night and was like, hey, guys, thanks for it. They cheered him. That was it. That was it, bro. That was your retirement match, Goldberg. But the problem was you kept coming back. You kept coming back. And then then
he beat the Fiend and somebody was about to bitch slap him for that.
I fucking went crazy when they did that stupid feud with Lashley. That shit hurt Lashley, bro. Nobody asked for that shit. I was so mad when they did that bullshit.
No, we asked for it, and it was. Go ahead. Just go ahead.
No, the problem is fans did ask for that. That's the problem. That was the problem. There were fans that wanted it because we couldn't. There were fans that wanted it because we couldn't get Lashley and Lesnar at the time. So
who's the fan that wanted it? Like, who's the fan that won it? Sean B?
No,
wow. He probably did. But I wouldn't blame him either. Because it's like, remember, this Vince McMahon era, there was nobody else. Nobody was built.
Yeah.
So it was like, who else this dude last year's going to go up against?
Oh my God.
The thoughts of Black Stars are Black Stars alone.
Ballet says Dark Side comes back on March 25th.
Yeah.
I'm going to check that out.
Yeah, B.
Yeah. I heard the first episode's going to be about Mick Foley, so.
And how he almost died 95 times?
How he almost died in every match he was in. Jesus.
Yeah, like for Foley to still be with us is a blessing. Seriously. Shaw's go out to Mick Foley, man. Like, wow. I may call him a bum a lot because I ain't a lot, rightfully so. But he definitely put his body on the line. Like he
That
definitely got some
motherfucker-
memorable moments.
You
That
know,
motherfucker did-
go ahead, Jay. Now you know what's crazy. Now you know what's crazy though. I think Mick Foley is like an unsung hero for a lot of guys because one thing I noticed about Mick Foley, he met a lot of guys that wrestled him went on to be stars, bro. If you think about it.
That motherfucker did not remember 95% of the Hell in the Cell between him and
He
Taker.
basically, I've always said Triple H basically owes his career to Mick. Without Mick, none of this shit would even be happening. So
You talk about Triple H owes him his career. So does The Rock. So does The Rock, for God's sakes. The Rock would have been nothing without Mick Foley, if you think about it.
Taker kept his longevity because of Mick.
See, you see, that's three major stars that were built thanks to Mick. Stone Cold. I also credit Stone Cold Steve Austin owes a part of his career to Mick as well because he wrestled two of the three faces of Foley that put him over.
He went, DTA, don't trust anybody, you piece of trash.
yeah, the Vault. If anyone hasn't watched it before, on the WWE Vault page a couple of days ago, they posted Stone Cold versus Duke Love. That was, I forgot the pay-per-view, but that was to show after Austin had just won the title. That is one of the most fun title matches ever in the history of the company. It is so fun. The crowd was
when Vince was dancing on top of the stage.
Right.
Austin was like trying so hard, not the chorus, had to laugh his ass off.
Right, you see what I mean? I call Mick Foley is an unsung hero, bro, for real.
The Rock and Sock connection. Yep.
Yeah, I could definitely admit that Mick Foley's a hero. You know, he's goofy as hell. You know, he looks like he has a rat in his pocket, but yeah.
He's got some great one-liners too. He's got one of my favorite blowbacks ever when the
bang bang
when the crowd chanted "You sold out," and he was like, "You're right, I did sell out." That was great. Yeah.
Remember when they tried
to
make him corporate? Remember that time when they tried to make him corporate? They tried to basically put mousse in his hair and had him wearing suits like he was a car salesman or some shit like that.
Yeah.
No,
the only negative I can give Mick is I did not like any of the shit he did in TNA at all. He did not fit in at all.
That was ball game over.
He's a former heavyweight champion right there.
Yeah,
they
like
really
some WWE guys
gave him the TNA title though. That's crazy.
Yeah. Some WWE guys totally believe in it themselves. Like Christian did it, Bully did it, Angle did it, even Booker to an extent did it. Like Mick
Nash didn't need it either.
Completely coasting. He didn't do anything. I didn't like anything he did.
No, I don't think Nash ever had the heavyweight championship.
No, like Nash didn't need TNA.
No, he didn't.
I think I like Nash. I like Nash Impact run. I liked it.
It was good to an extent because he wasn't really like. It was good to an extent until Hogan got there. Then he was on.
I would say
he was on TV too much at the time.
I would say Nash is an unsung hero because he gets a lot of shit and a lot of it is justified. But when he was in TNA, he really did try to give those X Division dudes personality and shit. Like the Motor City Machine Guns, that was a Nash idea.
Yeah, that was Paparazzi Productions was the Nash idea too. Yeah,
Shelly is actually really entertaining on the mic. You would never know, because they don't really book him to talk like that. And he was the one that basically got in Jay Letho's ear and told him to go all in on the Black Machismo gimmick, because he used to do the little voice and thing in the locker room. And Nash was like, "Yeah, man, you should do that." And Jay didn't want to do it, and Nash was like, "Why not, bro? You're not on TV anyway. Like, what's the worst that can happen?" And like they do it for one night and they don't do it anymore. And that's what really led to Jay getting more TV time. He was like what, like a 4 or 5 time X Division champion. He wasn't doing shit before the Black Machismo shit.
He was one of the longest reigning X Division champions.
That
Actually.
Flair promo was a classic.
Oh god, that Flair back and forth was goated. I swear.
Is a Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, that can kiss any woman, even that fat one.
Oh man.
But Thomas wearing thin, and I wanted to ask you guys, TKO and Toph. You already know Toph. He don't give a fuck. It's AEW. He's gonna love it all. But anyways, I'm gonna ask Charles anyway. Was that spike spot too much?
Man. Like I said, the spikes getting stuck in Mox's back, I don't think it was planned. That's just my opinion. I think it was just something that happened in the spur of the moment. But as far as it being too much, I can understand why people would think that. But like I said before, I felt that it was warranted because it was personal. As long as it doesn't become like a regular thing, then I'm good.
I like that. What about you, Toph?
I'm just mad Mox didn't do the Caesar shell like Devon and Abyss used to do. Like if you're gonna get the barbed wire nail wood spot, at least do the Caesar shell like Devon and Abyss. That shit made me feel gnarly, bro. Like, did you forget how to do that, Mox? Come on, bro.
Oh my god.
Devon selling is right next to Lex Luger selling.
Yeah.
Private.
Abyss had to. I
Hold
just
on,
stepped on the Lego
hold
sound.
on. Let's not derail the conversation. That's all you got for that spot, Toph? That's all you got for that spot, Toph? Pause.
I mean, it was all right. I think the thing that was different about it was that he wasn't wearing a shirt. Like we've seen that in wrestling before, but typically when you have barbed wire and nails, they're wearing shirts and shit. So
Right.
you can't really see it as good. But because Mox decided to not wear a shirt, you could see it in full detail. You know what I mean? So I don't know if he wasn't thinking about that or what. That wasn't smart. I wouldn't have done that if I was him.
That is
So
true. That's actually true because usually in hardcore matches or street fights, motherfuckers is wearing shirts to like protect as some sort of protection for spots like that.
yeah, because Terry Funk and Nick used to do that spot all the time, but they always wore like shirts, so you couldn't really see it like that. But he wasn't wearing it, so I don't know if he just had a brain fart and he forgot to wear it. I'll say this: it got the crowd into it, which is more than we can say for the pay-per-view.
Like as soon as I saw Moxie without a shirt, I said bullshit in 5, 4, 3.
Freaking Mox is a fucking crackhead, just like Darby. Like that dude is a fucking sadist.
Yeah, where's he from? Mox is from Cincinnati, right?
Yeah.
Yes, Cincinnati, Ohio.
Yeah, man. Them Cincinnati white dudes, they built different, bro. Don't fuck with them.
He's an Ohio boy.
But here's my thing when it comes to Mox and Ambrose. See, like Mox, he comes off as only like one-sided. He's just pure rage and anarchy, and it doesn't matter if it happens to his ops or himself. He don't care as long as there's blood being spilled. But when it comes to Dean Ambrose, he reminded me more of like this dude from Lethal Weapon. What's my dude name? Riggs. Yeah, Riggs. He reminded me more of like Riggs. Like he had more layers to his character. Yeah, he could get on that sadistic shit, but he would be more sarcastic, more, I guess you could say, playful a little bit. He could bring that smoke if he wanted. Like he had layers to his shit, especially when he was on the part of the SmackDown 6 around the time especially when he was like SmackDown champion, the WWE champion.
Yeah.
Like I don't get why Taz didn't say I'm getting too old for the shit.
Oh, don't worry. That's definitely coming somewhere down the road. I mean, if he could say Aces and Eights sucks on TNA on the air while he was in the groove, while he was in the groove, I'm surprised. I'm surprised nobody talked. I'm surprised nobody talked about that. Like he
See,
said,
that's how you turn this around, bro. That's how you turn. That was like one of the best segments TNA ever did because they were just acknowledging how bad that shit was. The Aces and Eights funeral was great. So like when this
Yeah.
Death Rider shit runs this course, if they can do a segment like that, like Swerve, MJF, Hangman, Osprey, like whoever, like literally have a funeral for the Death Riders where they're just burying their own product. That would be fucking great. I fucking love it.
The person that should be hosting that funeral should be MJF and the Hurt Syndicate. Like if they become a group.
Yeah,
I'll say this: like when that title comes, what title? When Mox loses eventually, he should take a long vacation. He didn't even carry the briefcase no more. Did he bring the briefcase on Wednesday?
Yeah, he had it with him.
Oh shit! I barely synced it because like
Maria Ripley was holding it.
Yeah, Marina had
But
it.
like when he eventually loses, I'll give him like a good 6 months.
Oh, speaking of that, while you're here, Black Star, it's happening, bro. They're doing it, man. They're gonna do Athena and Mercedes. They're clearly setting it up.
I can't say forever anymore, motherfuckers.
Yeah, be like Mercedes Moné over here throwing shots.
She's throwing shots. She wrestled Billy Starks. I'm like, it's definitely on the way.
Well, the last time I'm gonna say it, forever.
Athena still needs to drop that Ring of Honor belt though. Like she's had a
that's
great
the only problem. Yeah, they got to get that
like,
off.
She's had a great run, but still.
But who's she gonna lose it to?
I thought she was gonna lose it. I thought she was gonna drop it to Billy, which would have been better, honestly. But still, I don't know.
I didn't realize how young Billy was. She's a baby. She's
she's only like 20 years old, right?
Yeah, she's really good.
Her and that chick from Chase U, they're about the same age, about a year apart.
Her, that Chase U chick, and I think Roxy.
I think
Roxy's like 23, right?
I think Julia Hart is also pretty young too. I think she's like 20, 21.
Yeah. So. We're on the same age, yeah.
Nice.
But then like Roxy's the oldest out of those four.
That's wild.
I can't get over the Joey Ryan thing, man. That guy was a piece of shit. Fuck him.
Massive.
That's just hella random. What the fuck? I can't start thinking
because you mentioned Roxy. Like every time I think about her, I'm like, wow, like it's like she.
Yeah, he did used to train her, right?
Mm-hmm.
I still can't. Nah, bro, he did that dick grabbing spot on her. I remember that specifically.
She was a minor. She was like fucking 17.
I never agreed with that. I always thought that dick grabbing spot was fucking ridiculous. I'm like, why is motherfucker? Yeah, pause. Of course. But it's like it is what it is. Like why is that a spot?
And it just goes to show you too.
When it comes to anybody, male, female, of all ages. Why do I have to get hip tossed by a cock?
And it just goes to show you too, like the best predators hide in plain sight. That's what he did. He found the way to be a piece of shit in the open.
But that makes it like, yo, how motherfuckers don't see that shit? Like, yo,
right?
How we discuss that shit backstage?
Because it's wrestling. It's dumb.
This is what we're gonna do,
bro.
You're gonna grab my cock, and I'm gonna hip toss you with my cock. Okay, cool.
It's because people didn't see it. People didn't see it because one is wrestling and two because it's indie wrestling. Because indie wrestling's full of all types of like dumb shit, And that was just a period of time. Right, that was just a period of time when just a lot of like indie wrestling was going through like an explosion at that time. Like you had Lucha Underground, you had NXT, you had like BTE, the New Japan was getting bigger. It was a really you had the broken mat stuff.
It don't matter though.
Like,
it don't matter. It don't matter.
It was a very exciting time.
Hold on. It don't matter because ain't no motherfucking way I'm getting hip tossed by your cock. I don't give a fuck how much promotions come out. It could be promotions on different planets.
Quick Marky D shout out. Quick Marky D shout out. Everybody's favorite wrestler, Joey Ryan.
Oh my god!
Wasn't he on the gut check? That TNA's gut check?
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, he was. And they still gave him a contract after he lost it. So
yeah. And the gut check concept was really good. Like I like. He
beat Al Snow for it. He beat Al Snow for a contract.
He still got a contract after he didn't even win it. So I'm like, what was the point?
And then Matt Morgan, 7 foot for nothing ass.
The DNA of TNA, push number 586. Oh my god.
TNA.
You couldn't even get over after a match with Kurt Angle. Something's wrong.
Yeah, the greatest Scott Steiner quote of all time. He said, "If I had your DNA, I'll shoot myself. No. I'll hate myself, then I'll shoot myself."
So I see they got what was it, slam dunk collision?
I ain't watching that shit.
Yeah.
Why though? Why is it called slam dunk? I don't know what's going on.
Because after the NCAA tournament.
Yeah.
They're gonna air the NCAA tournament on Saturday, then they're gonna do collision. Then they're gonna air the NCAA tournament on Sunday. Then they're gonna do collision.
But they couldn't think of a
They're morons. Let's move on.
But I see, Adam Cole and this dude, Danny Garcia, what I'm saying? He's defending the TNT championship against him.
What's up with Dax?
That meant their first. Adam Cole won the shot by pinning Garcia in a tag match.
No, but no, seriously, what's up with Dax though? Like Dax turned on Edge, which means the FTR is going to become no more. Which why did you sign there if FTR is breaking up?
My thing is, why come out and help Edge? I guess he's frustrated because Edge lost.
I don't know, but why would he be mad at that though?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, why would you come out and help me in the first place if you're mad at me?
Inspired his 2002 appearance in the Games, and the Olympic gold medal winner and former Nick also shared some advice.
If anything, I should be more mad than you because your help didn't work. Like, if anything, Edge should just spear Dax off principle alone.
Like Dax walked to the ring and said, "You lost. Fuck you." And first off, you lost. Shut the fuck up.
How are you mad?
Because he lost.
Yo, Tove, get us out these woods. I know Tove can get us out these woods real quick before we get up out of here. Talk to us, Tove. Tove would just book this shit in like 5 minutes. Well, less.
Yeah,
than
I need like 2 minutes. Hold on.
Exactly.
No, Sandman, bum of the week, Toph, music.
I was gonna do the Jey Uso shit, but no bum out of the week this week.
Ah, come on.
Oh, you want me? Okay. I got you right now.
Well, while he looks for that, I'm gonna do my throwback match WrestleMania edition starting on Tuesday.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna do WrestleMania throwbacks from now till Mania 41.
That sounds good.
That's 4 weeks of it, basically.
Pretty much, yeah.
And remember, always make sure you post it in either the group chat or the chat over here.
Yeah, I would have did it.
Time to feed the cat. I'm back.
Yeah, I would have started tonight, but I wanted to do a homicide tribute since he's hanging it up.
Week 1 throwback match of the week: Giant Gonzalez versus Undertaker. Wait, what?
I heard what Black Star said.
Talk about that.
I heard what Black Star said earlier. So they're doing like this slow burn with Dax, FTR had a match with Kyle O'Reilly and Roddy.
Yeah, I
a couple
saw that
weeks
one.
ago. Yeah, and they lost. And
No, did they
what
win?
happened was that they lost the first
Okay.
match. They lost. What happened was that they pinned him, and Roddy had his feet on the rope. Referee didn't see it, and FTR was like, "Oh, we don't want to win that way, so restart the match." They restart the match, and then they lost. Kyle and Roddy beat them. So then when the match is over, Kyle and Roddy extended their hand for a handshake, and Cash was going to accept the handshake, but then Dax didn't, and he left. So it's like, okay. Then like the following week, they apologized and said, my bad, whatever, blah blah blah. Let's run it back. So then last week they had a match on Collision. This time they beat Roddy and Kyle. The match is over, and then in the aftermath, Kyle and Roddy extended their hand for a handshake, and then Dax, despite the fact that he won, still left the ring. Now, Cash extended his hand, but Dax did not. So that's twice in a row. And so while that's going on, they got this little mini feud with Daniel Garcia and Adam Cole, which has actually been pretty good. But it's just been strictly on Collision, which honestly I don't really mind because it is the TNT title, so it should be on TNT. So then on Dynamite, Edge had his match with Mox, and a bunch of people came out, and then Dax was one of them. In the end, it didn't really make a difference. Edge lost. Then in the aftermath, they're helping Edge get up, and then Dax again just leaves Edge. So that's like 3 segments in a row now. So this isn't something just out of nowhere. They've been doing most of this stuff on Collision, but that was the first time on Dynamite where Dax was showing some type of heelish thing. So either this is leading to like a slow burn of like FTR, like what they were doing with DIY, like at first Ciampa was kind of a dick and Gargano was like, hey, what are you doing? And then Gargano like went heel too, So either you're gonna get something like that, where it's like a slow burn heel turn, or they're actually teasing a breakup where Dax is just gonna be doing his own thing. And honestly, I don't mind that at all.
Sense to me.
Well, I don't mind it because Dax is a good singles guy, and I think FTR has done everything they can do as a tag team. They're like what?
But Hardwood needs a tag team though. Dax is a good singles guy, but Hardwood actually needs a tag team.
Well, it's just one of those things, man. You got to adapt, like what Jimmy's doing. Speaking of that, we didn't talk about today. Say, man, I know we're running out of time. Did you guys? I mean, I posted it on the Facebook chat. Did you guys see the dislikes for the Jey Uso segment? What y'all think about that?
Yeah,
that's not good, man.
That's not even on Jay. That's not even on Jay though. It's because the reason that Austin Theory thing was a squash was because Cena and Cody went over time.
Well, actually, Cena went 30 minutes. Cody actually went like 5. Oh, no, went like 1.
That's one, which is crazy.
I'm just gonna keep it.
Cena and Cody's, but
I think it's a feud altogether.
Well,
like they don't have nothing going on.
Yeah.
Like Gunther don't seem like a legitimate threat. Like, remember, this dude said he wants to make Jey Uso life a living hell. He's not doing it. He's supposed to be looking like a nightmare towards Jey Uso.
Right.
Well, you know what? Yeah. Well, you know what? They could probably make it up next week. Jay is supposed to have some mystery partner in a match.
AKA Joe Hendry.
Realistically, it should be Jimmy, and then at the end of the match, Gunther should like come out, take out Jay, and then beat the hell out of Jimmy in front of Jay. That could work.
Rumors are that it's Joe Hendry.
So I'll keep it simple. I'll keep it simple. So, I'm a fan of Jay and this push he's getting, and I still think it was the right move to have him win the Rumble. Once he won the Rumble, I look at it differently. So from that point on, from the minute he won the Rumble to Mania, because he has his doubters, and granted, at that time, it was a silent, let's just call them a silent minority. Why is this guy getting a world title push? He's all gimmick. He's just an entrance, blah, blah, blah. So the way I see it, this whole feud with Gunther is a way to sort of, this is Jay's chance to prove doubters wrong, that he's more than that. And I also thought this was Gunther's chance to prove that he's not just a one-note guy. Like, he's not just a good in-ring worker, that he has more to bring to the table. So that's what I was hoping this feud would be. And unfortunately, right now, if we can grade this shit, it's a fail. You know, unfortunately, Jay has not been able to show the doubters that silent minority is getting louder each week. Now, right now, you know, they're lucky because they're overseas. Those overseas fans are really hot for everything. So I don't think we got to worry about Jay being booed there. And I think that YouTube dislike video, like TKL said, it was really just because the Cena, you know, and Cody segment went long. But if this continues at the rate they're going, yeah, people are going to sour on this real quick. And like I said with Sandman on the last show, if they still got time, you know, we got 4 weeks. But right now, if WrestleMania, because this is Friday night, you know, if WrestleMania was tomorrow, you know, night 1, night 2, because obviously this shit is not going to be a night 2 main event. If WrestleMania was tomorrow, like, this shit is not main eventing. It's not co-main eventing. This is like an opening match, if that.
This is a pre-show.
Yeah.
It's an opening match for sure if it was tomorrow. Especially now that they especially now that they more or less just announced Seth, Roman, and Punk in a 3-way. So
watch Rikishi come up. Jay, my son.
See, like,
yeah, where's Kishi at, man? Like,
King Eric has said, I'm glad you brought this dude up, because on the Facebook page, King Eric was saying that, yo, why don't you have this dude Gunther beat the shit out of Rikishi? Like, you don't have to see it on camera, but like, so like how they just go backstage and you can just have Gunther standing over Rikishi with his face all bloody and all that shit. You don't have to see the actual beatdown. Like, make this dude life a living hell.
I'm sure he'd do it if he knew. Right. I'm sure he'd do it if he, you know, he knows it's going to help Jay, you know. Also,
yeah,
you know,
like,
Jay has
really
a son,
go there with it.
and when he won the Rumble.
And then what I think
won...
really slowed down this motherfucking shit is, I'm telling you, with the whole him struggling against Otis and this dude Akira Tozawa. This what the fuck this dude should have been doing. Anybody that came towards this dude Gunther, he should have been just squashing him, period. Like I said, and Bison style. Like, yo, you're not fucking with me. And every time you beat somebody up, talk shit to the camera. This is you, Jey Uso. You trying to play games with me? This is you, Jey Uso. Look at this. And just chop his neck and, you know what I mean? Just have him really talk shit. Try to intimidate Jey Uso. Show up at his house. Don't they love doing that shit on the road to WrestleMania? Pulling up to motherfuckers' houses? Have him do that.
Gunther's more of a troll, though.
Do that too.
Like I said, have Jimmy Uso.
And I think, and I'm not on the train.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was just gonna say I'm not on the train of people that think that Jay's bad in ring. I don't think he's bad at all. I think he's good at what he brings to the table. What he can bring to the table, he's good enough. But he needs to go to the PC. He needs to go to the PC, and he needs to incorporate some new moves into his moveset. Like, I'm not saying you got to be Kenny Omega or Will Ospreay.
Yeah, well, if you're gonna say that, say the same thing about Jimmy too, because motherfuckers are saying Jimmy is better than Jay. I'm like, bro, they have the same moves. They have the same moves.
Right.
That's why they're like. That's literally the reason their match at WrestleMania 40 sucked.
That's why their match sucked. That's one of the reasons why their match. Right. Exactly. Yeah.
I'm like, bro, they got the same move. How is one better than the other?
Yeah, I'm not saying you gotta. I'm not saying Jay needs to be like, you know, fucking Kenny Omega or Will Ospreay, but like you gotta have more, Jay, to be a main eventer, to be a world champion. You gotta gimmick can only get you so far. Gimmick and charisma is great, but you gotta have a little bit more. You know, I'm not gonna say you suck in the ring. There are people out there who are like, oh, this dude is.
How much champions done had less moves and was considered right? He definitely got more moves than Cena. He definitely got more moves.
I don't think he's bad, because there's people on social media that think Jay is like dog shit. I'm just like, no. He's got way more moves than Jinder Mahal. He's got more moves than Jack Swagger. Like there have been way worse people pushed in the title
Roman
picture.
in his first
But
run.
I get why some could say like, right, you know.
The thing is with Cringer Mahal is that he's just super basic. Like he makes Brian Myers look like Dean Malenko. Like super duper basic. Like I get it. Like, you know, people will say like, oh, Jey Uso, he doesn't have a move set, but he makes what he does look good. You know what I'm saying? The rock punches. He does the rock punches now. He does a Samoan drop. He does the chin music. He does the splash off the top rope. He does the splash flying out over the top rope outside the ring. He got a decent arsenal.
He got tripped up. He got tripped up in that one.
Well,
dude,
one
hide
time
that shit.
it happens.
Right.
I mean,
like what you said, Toph, you was like, yo, he got to be careful with that shit because they'll be pulling off big spots like that, and WrestleMania is right around the corner. You don't want to fuck your shit up.
Yeah, he got fortunate with that guy. That was gnarly.
But yeah, I agree with Sam, man. Like this shit started with the Alpha Academy, like when Gunther was having competitive matches with them, and then Jay keeps hanging out with them in like different segments and shit. And again, we like Otis, but he's a jobber. So why is the number one contender, a guy who's about to win the world title, why is he hanging out with? It's the Hangman shit. Like one of the main reasons why it took Hangman so long to kind of break that bubble in AEW is because he kept hanging around with the Dark Order. It's like no one gives a fuck about the Dark Order. Like, you know, it hurt his aura. It hurt his little thing, you know. Now he's at a point now where he's finally recovered from it because he's been away from the Dark Order long enough to a point. See, I bet you most people don't even remember he hung out with the Dark Order, which is good.
He turned into a mega psycho. That's the reason why.
Right. You know, so it's like, why is Jay hanging around the Alpha Academy and like, why is Gunther struggling, having like competitive 8-minute, 9-minute matches with like Otis, a guy who's being positioned as a comic relief guy? You know,
and I'm telling you, he should have been slaughtering motherfuckers and talking shit in the camera while he was doing it.
It would be like if Jey Uso had like a 15-minute match of R-Truth, and I like Truth, but it'd be like, why are you struggling with Truth when you're about to face Gunther? Like, why are you giving? Like, if you're having trouble being the Truth, how are you supposed to face Gunther? Like, it's not, the booking doesn't make any sense. So
I can't wait till see the whips R-Truth's ass.
Anyway, I'm just hoping this week was just a bad week. And hopefully whatever they do next week is good.
Yeah, they're gonna turn it up.
You know, I like Jay.
I'm confident they're gonna turn it up.
They have 4 weeks.
Yeah, I'm confident they're gonna turn it up. Yeah,
they have no choice. All the reason to.
Yeah.
Let's get up out of here, B. You know what I'm saying? Y'all watching Slam Dunk Saturday and Sunday? You know, I ain't doing all that.
I got 2 words. Fucking no.
Best switches to Adam Cole. B. Adam Cole needs to do something. You know, Adam Cole never won a single championship in AEW.
Really?
I don't think he ever has.
That's why.
That's because he was at home.
It was the championship he won.
That's because he was
with MJF.
So he has to beat Danny Garcia tomorrow. He has.
That's because he was at home injured most of his.
So he has to win tomorrow. That's the only match I care about this weekend.
He needs to drink some fucking creatine. Fuck that.
His run is like it's like a more minor version of Keith Lee. Because when he came in a huge fanfare. He was heavily protected because he never lost at all. You know, he was in the main event.
The motherfucker needs
a constant diet of 2 pound steaks for the world title. So he was protected and booked really good. It's just injuries. You know, his run is almost like Joe's run in WWE because when Joe was in WWE, he kept getting hurt too. Just freak injuries. You know, it sucks, but it happens.
He needs 2 pound burgers.
You a mess, Black.
Oh my god.
Let's get up out of here, B. Appreciate y'all for pulling up. I'm gonna keep in touch, B.
Alrighty.
You already know the vibe. Get up out of here. Yeah, buddy. I ain't gonna lie, I'm a little hungry. Just a little bit. Just a tad. Play some music. Let's play some music real quick. Shut it down. Enjoy y'all weekend. Be safe. Don't drink and drive. Don't be a twerp. Make sure you sub and like.
1 2 1 2. Yo. Fresh white paper, hip-hop maker. Blasting through the speakers, gonna disturb the neighbors. My mark on the bed, so you know she caught the vapors. Smoking that loud with the Hennessy chaser. Fly like a pilot, she feeling on my privates. I'm drinking like a pirate and fighting like I'm Irish. But I know to be a tyrant, the track is really biting. I'm getting real excited, ain't no time for biting. Lyrical stamina, bring it to an amateur. Pussy slam dancing up, probably on camera. Daily illustrationist, been a hood favorite. Mr. Illy Bang, stay street like the pavement. Architect with the bars, got my weed from Mars. Winning from my slap will leave your face scarred. Respect my cabinet, put you in the emblem. Light you on fire, so Sage can light a cigarette. Your balls don't got venom just like me. You can't move crowds just like me. Grew up in the struggle just like me. Smoking that good loud, yes indeed. Your balls don't got venom just like me. You can't move crowds just like me. Grew up in the struggle just like me. OTG always succeed. I spit the hot flame just like I was dousing. She rides my cock, her tits is bouncing. Front rush your legs, sweep your face on water fountains. You lost your manhood, still never found it. You think you fly like a child, you're grounded. See you on the avenue, people always clown him. He's an embarrassment, the one that be around him. Throw him into Bronx River, go ahead and drown him. The juggernaut of rap, steady like a spike back. Catch him with a pimp strap, spitting that white crap. I beat a silverback, mixed with a beer. Turn up, mix the alcohol with beer. Got that we smoke in the atmosphere. On my way to the strip club, hell yeah. Beats get body, you can't stop me. I love shorty head game and sloppy. I roll with tyrants that's controlling the environment. Keep tracks firing, keep the streets admiring. All these other bums should be retiring. Give them the pink slip, please just fire them. Balls don't got venom just like me. You can't move crowds just like me. Grew up in the struggle just like me. Smoking that good loud, yes indeed. Your balls don't got venom just like me. You can't move crowds just like me. Grew up in the struggle just like me. OTG always succeed. That's right. Card how you mother scunt. Juggernaut of rappers in the goddamn building. Word up, BX representative. Smack the shit out the damn president.